Hello Capricorn, it's your turn for your reading. I'm trying to do something a little bit different with these cards to get more in depth into the readings. So do keep in mind these are general readings, so it's not for everyone. So let's get into your reading. Alright, I'm feeling Capricorn that there is a lot of victory. There's a lot of movement into things you're coming up against with, your things that are changing in your favor. Because either way you look at this, the Wheel of Fortune, it could be good, it could be bad. Maybe you're going through a period in your relationship where you're really trying to balance things out when it comes through these changes that you're having to deal with. Because I do see here with the Lovers in reverse, forgot to say all these, the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lover, the Knight of Wands, the Justice, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles. So, like I was saying, I feel like there's an imbalance in some form or another in the relationship, in where you're going and the direction of this relationship. And I just feel like, with the Justice showing up, it's indicating to me that you really need to balance yourself out and you really need to be clear on where you're going, because it's like where you're going, you need to ground yourself, because it looks like there's a lot of some lacks here in where the direction of the relationship is going, but also too with the Three of Pentacles, it's implying that there is a lot of teamwork involved to keep the relationship together. So maybe in some way the relationship is doing great, but there's an imbalance and it's kind of like tipsy-turvy kind of feeling to it. But I just feel like, gather your resources of what it is that you can keep and try to balance things out. It could be like, with the Pentacles, it could be like, you're in lack of resources, lack of potential, where direction, that's probably what it's coming up to, is the Two of Wands, lack of direction on where you want to give your resources, what you want to do with this relationship. But I do see that, there is some victory in where direction is, but it's kind of like, you know what you want to go towards, or maybe in some way you want to change a direction in how you view this relationship, or maybe you need to move in some way. Now the situation and challenge, you have the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. So my feeling with that, Capricorn, is I really believe that you are set on a direction on where you want the relationship to go, on what you want to accomplish. Because also too, you got the King of Pentacles, so I feel like a lot of luck and a lot of money is coming towards you. You've been struggling so much here lately with your finances. I feel like things are coming full circle. That's what the Wheel of Fortune indicates to me. Things are turning around when it comes to your finances. It's just how to manage it and how to take things into the right perspective when it comes to your finances and like the direction and where you want to go. It could possibly have to do with moving, or it has to do with your livelihood. And so what is other person having to deal with? They have the Two of Swords and they have the Ten of Cups. So I feel like for them, they're kind of in a stuck situation where they're feeling like things are changing for them. It could be within the relationship or with them necessary. And, with the Tens of Cups, it has to do with changes. So things are changing between you or another person, or this is just what they're having to deal with. And I feel like they're kind of in a, not necessarily a stalemate, but feeling like, blocked from receiving uh, this potential thing that could make them happy. Like maybe they're not seeing it when it is there. I mean, on your side, it looks like you have things going towards something to be more productive to make. And, there might need to be communication on something. Now, how you view them. You have the King of Cups. So I feel like you're giving as much as you can to the relationship, I feel like, but with it being in reverse, the Knight of Cups, I'm feeling there's an imbalance in how to give. Like maybe you're feeling like, you're kind of torn between, do I give in this resource or this, it could be where you put your money and your time, but you're kind of like in balance with that. How do you give to this relationship? Like you could be, between two people, you could be between two jobs or between two things. You got two things going for you. So you're kind of like, or they are feeling like they're tied behind, their hands are tied. They're stressed maybe, but I just feel like, you have to decide on, how can we balance this out? And how they feel about you is the Judgment. So not necessarily they're feeling like judgment towards you, but I feel like in some way, I feel like you balance them out. You give them the clarity they need on this situation, or you complete them in somehow. It could be a family dynamic. You have this family that sees the problems or have to deal with the problems of day-to-day life, and I just feel like, with them seeing you as a Judgment, it's probably they know the struggles that you're facing. They are clear the change is happening and with the relationship dynamic. But I just feel like, with the Two Swords are kind of tied between a rock and a hard place on what to do too. So I just hope this works out for you and turns around. Anyways, that's what I'm feeling for you, Capricorn. Bye-bye.